Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into a truly fascinating cosmic mystery. And honestly, we're going to hold up a mythic mirror to our own enduring search for intelligence out there in the stars. Let's get right into it. So here's a rather profound question for you. Is humanity's modern search for alien probes simply an adjacent arc on the great spiral arm of time? I mean, are we just rhyming with the ancient astronaut theories of the past? Because recently, a very real celestial event sparked a conversation that feels, well, incredibly, almost uncomfortably familiar. Back in July 2025, this interstellar comet named 3I/Atlas was totally zipping through our solar system. And shortly after, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, along with a few other researchers, published a downright startling paper. They basically asked, hey, is 3I/Atlas alien technology? And is it possibly hostile like you'd expect from the dark forest theory? They pointed out some super strange characteristics that really made them question its natural origins. Okay, let's actually dig into the math Loeb and his team used. When you map out the optimal direct mission for this thing, its bizarre trajectory makes human interception practically impossible for us right now. But at the same time, it allows the object access to our inner planets with relative impunity. It came in so fast and from such a weird angle that it was incredibly hard to spot early on. And Loeb's paper points out a few specific anomalies that suggest this thing isn't acting like your standard space rock. For starters, it has this highly improbable retrograde orbit that is almost perfectly aligned with our solar system's ecliptic plane, literally tilted at exactly 175 degrees. Crazy, right? Plus, it makes these incredibly close flybys of Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Top it all off with some unexplained non-gravitational acceleration, and Loeb argues these could actually be the hallmarks of technological design, like maybe it's using our sun for a braking maneuver. But it's absolutely crucial to report that the broader scientific community pushed back on this speculation, hard and fast. Other astronomers quickly pointed out some major flaws in the statistical analysis regarding those planetary flybys. And, this is the real kicker, the James Webb Space Telescope has already detected carbon dioxide outgassing from the object. That is textbook, classical comet behavior. So the overwhelming scientific consensus right now, it's for sure a comet, not a spacecraft. Part 1. The 12th planet myth, holding a mirror to the 20th century. Now, to really understand this modern scientific debate over an incoming interstellar object, we have to look backward. We need to hold a mirror up to a massive cultural phenomenon from the 1970s. Take the ancient Sumerian cylinder seal known as VA243. In 1976, an author named Zacharias Sitchin published a wildly popular book called The 12th Planet. He famously claimed that the imagery on this specific ancient seal proved the Sumerians knew about 12 celestial bodies in our solar system way, way before modern telescopes were even a thing. Sitchin posited the existence of this rogue planet called Nibiru, and according to his theory, this 12th planet had a massive 3,600-year elliptical orbit. When it swung close to Earth, it supposedly brought with it a highly advanced alien race known as the Anunnaki. Sitchin claimed they came here to mine gold and literally genetically engineered early humans to serve as their workforce. It was this wild narrative that perfectly blended science fiction tropes with ancient history. And he built this massive, incredibly detailed narrative using actual Mesopotamian artifacts, like the Sumerian king list. He'd take authentic ancient documents and then blend real archaeology with his own, let's say, highly creative extraterrestrial translations. He wanted to legitimize his ancient astronaut theory, and he made it sound like rigorous academic research, which honestly is exactly why it captured the public's imagination so deep. Part 2. Debunking the ancient astronauts. What the cuneiform actually says. But just as modern astrophysicists pushed back on the 3I/Atlas alien hypothesis, ancient language scholars completely dismantled Sitchin's theory. Dr. Michael Heiser, a renowned scholar, did a massive deep dive into the actual ancient texts, and his analysis counters Sitchin definitively. He demonstrates that the Sumerian word Nibiru actually refers to a crossing point, or a specific star that was seen every single year. That utterly destroys the whole 3,600-year alien orbit timeline. Plus, astrophysicists will tell you that a massive planet on that kind of orbit would have severely disrupted the entire solar system. And simply put, the Sumerians just did not know of 12 planets. As Dr. Heiser pointedly argues, modern astronomy and physics aren't going to rewrite cuneiform tablets from Sumer. The extraterrestrial ideas they're simply not in the text. And that leaves Sitchin's Nibiru squarely in the realm of debunked pseudoscience and modern mythology, rather than actual history. Part 3. Alien probe or just comet? Juxtaposing two eras of speculation. So this brings us right back to the present day. We now have the context to brilliantly illustrate the contrast between these two distinct eras of cosmic speculation. On one side, you have Nibiru, a 1970s myth based on mystical language and misinterpreted cylinder seals talking about a 3,600-year orbit. On the other side, we have 3I/8less, modern speculation utilizing hard math, hyperbolic trajectories, delta-V intercept calculations, and peer-reviewed preprint servers. The methods are vastly different, right? One is flat-out pseudoscience, while the other is real astrophysics testing a highly speculative hypothesis. Part 4. The spiral of time, when history rhymes. But what if these aren't just isolated incidents? Imagine time not as a straight line, but as a giant spiral. In this nonlinear model, the space between adjacent arcs creates this phenomenon of history repeating itself. What goes around comes around, right? As we move along the continuous line of time, we occasionally align perfectly with a point on the previous loop, creating a sort of cosmic déjà vu. When we actually map this out on our timeline, the parallels are truly fascinating. We see the birth of the Nibiru myth in 1976 sitting directly on a parallel arc to the discovery of 3I/Atlas in 2025. Sure, the details have evolved from ancient clay tablets to the James Webb Space Telescope, but the human reaction, that immediate jump to extraterrestrial intelligence, is exactly the same. Ultimately, whether humanity is gazing at ancient Sumerian texts or tracking an interstellar interloper with cutting-edge sensors, we possess this deep, recurring desire. We are constantly searching the dark forest of the cosmos for sentient reflections of ourselves. We just desperately want to know that we aren't alone in the universe. So as 3I Atlas speeds past the sun and makes its way back out into the Oort cloud and beyond, it leaves us with one final provocative thought. Considering our enduring need to find meaning and intelligence in the void, is this interstellar comet simply our generation's Nibiru? Are we just occupying an adjacent point on the great spiral arm of time, repeating the cycle of wonder and projection? Well, I'll leave you to ponder that. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep looking up.